All right. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing good. I didn't make a video for the yesterday day, so I was actually traveling. I took a train, and it was like 2.5 days train destination. Can you imagine? And it was like, imagine how was it? It was, yeah, it was great. Anyway, so I'm here now, and before I'm going to read real quick the previous lesson. Yeah, I was reading before. It was the lesson 217, right? So lesson 217 has one common idea, right? That says, I'm not a body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. And it's so important idea, you know why? Because along the day, doing like multiple things, right? Doing some stuff we are all doing, actually. Yeah, we are supposed to do, because we are still living in a body, right? And I started catching myself thinking like, oh, why do I believe, why do I think this way, why do I have this type of thought, or why do I have this type of belief? Because um, if I feel fear, for example, yeah, that for example, just an example, if I don't eat my body, so I can have some problems with my body, right? So it says that I believe that I am a body, right? And again, it does not mean that you do not feed yourself, all right? It does not mean that you do not give food and meal, all the nutritions to your body, right? It means that while you are doing all those things, you think differently, right? You see things differently. For example, I changed that thought that I was having. Oh, for example, yeah, like, oh, if I don't feed my body, so yeah, blah blah blah, I'm gonna have these type of issues, and something like that. And I like changed this so quickly, yeah, like instantaneously, yeah, like, you know what? I am sustained by the love of God. The other time I was like having again judgmental thoughts, right? Like, oh, I just I just caught myself thinking like, oh, the world is so scary, yeah, like the world is like, uh, intimidating, and it's not a safe place to be, right? And I changed that thought, yeah, like without even like having a long time, yeah, for doing that. Like, you know what? The world is friendly to me. The world is kind to me, even if I don't see it with my physical eyes. Because you know why? Even when you are capable of blessing the world, yeah, and thinking in a good way about people around you, about um, things about around you, right? If you are still capable of thinking about the world, yeah, the way that the world is kind to me, you know, the world is great to me, right? The world is friendly to me. If you are still capable of thinking, yeah, that way, so believe me, you are gaining. Because if you are in fear, yeah, if you are in judgmental thoughts, so it means you chose ego as your guide, right? And it means that you still believe like that you are a body, right? And again, it does not mean that you do some like things that you would never probably do. It doesn't mean that, right? It means that you are doing things out of love more than out of fear, right? Because the things you are doing is the thing that you are doing with the Holy Spirit, right? With the Holy Spirit. And it's like, and again, the previous lesson, yeah, that I was reading says that when you realize that you're not a body, right? Again, about this common idea. It means that who am I then, right? It means if I am not a body, so who am I then, right? I am the Holy Spirit, right? And it's not like I am the body living like spiritual or having spiritual experience or something like that. No, I am spirit having body experience here, and that's the spiritual thing to practice, right? And you just have completely different thoughts, and every time when I catch myself having some kind of conflict thoughts here, like or judgmental thoughts, yeah, or fearful thoughts, it takes me just one moment to change them into the different ones, right? And even if it looks like for you to be delusional, yeah, for the beginning, it doesn't matter actually. It doesn't even matter if you believe that what you are saying that's truth, right? It doesn't matter. You know why? Because you're just doing. You're just doing the thoughts with the Holy Spirit, right? You choose to think with the Holy Spirit, right? Because you know why I'm doing all of this now? Because I'm already tired of thinking with the ego. I already know what ego can bring, you know, nothing good. Because ego is only about conflict, is about aggression, is about anxiety, yeah, and depression, all those things, right? Ego actually is not your friend. It seems to be probably, yeah, that ego wants to be your friend, but actually it's not. Ego, it's not your friend. Have you ever thought of that? Yeah. And we are thinking with the ego. We believe that, oh, if I don't forgive that person, I'm doing like something good to me. Actually, you are doing something terrible to yourself, right? Because you are the only one who is having all the outcomes here and results from that unforgivable thing, right? And yeah, probably it's a Buddhist thing, yeah, or something like that. Yeah, they say like if you take a poison, yeah, and you expect the other person, yeah, to be poisoned, it's silly, yeah, because you are the one who is getting poisoned, right? You are the one who is getting punished, right? And again, like Garen is always saying that, like, you know what, I don't care about you, and I don't care what you think, I don't care what you feel. Actually, I care about myself. That's why I'm doing all of this forgiveness work for myself. Actually, maybe it can help you as well, because when you think about your purpose, your gaining, right? Maybe you can do this forgiveness work, right? Even more than you did before, right? Because again, it's so easy to read this, right? It's so easy to, oh yeah, I accept these ideas, you know, they are so great. But the moment of true forgiveness, yeah, of practice comes, and yeah, it's a completely different thing. You know why? Because let me bring the example. Because communication maybe how would I say that? I would say it like communication is not easy, right? Because in different type of relationship, right? Because when it comes to relationships between people, so people play games, right? People lie, people do all those things that even if it's a good communication, yeah, like perfect, seemingly, yeah, for other people, right, from the distance, but you can still feel resentments, right? You can still feel offended, yeah, because small things, especially between spouses, right, especially between people who are sharing the same living space together, right, and small things are usually like yeah, and small things are getting bigger things, yeah, and yeah, that's why we need to forgive. That's why there is no order in forgiveness, right? Because we are all having our feelings, right? And we are all having hurt feelings, right? And here's the thing, that it's all about the way how we take them. It's all about our perception, right? Because if we take two different people, right, and they got the same like attitude toward them, right, and probably two of them, they're gonna like act differently, right, because they have different level of perception, right. That's why when you do true forgiveness, you're actually not forgiving your brother, you're forgiving your misperception. You're forgiving yourself for taking this mistakenly. Can you imagine? Because that's what ego is telling us, right? That's why all these days, especially during this train journey, it was like I could watch ego in action. Let's put it like that, yeah. Because people, they argue, yeah. They think they need to defend themselves, yeah. They attack back. That's why all those wars are happening, right? Because people believe you attack me, it's your fault, and I'm gonna attack you back, right? Can you imagine the world where there is no need to attack, right? Not in the first place, not in the second place, not like no need to attack back, yeah. So like there is no misperception. We are not having any problems with communications, right? Because when people communicate, they play games, like I said before, right? And it's so difficult sometimes to even start to trust people again, yeah, because they lied to you, maybe, yes, so you're getting these trust issues, something like that, yes. So communication, why a Course in Miracles saying, like Jay in Course in Miracles saying, yeah, that a Course in Miracles is not for monks, yeah, for people who are like living in the mountains, yeah, somewhere in a forest, maybe, yeah. No, the Course in Miracles came in New York City, right, the big city where people are communicating with one another, right. That's why you don't need to like isolate yourself, right. And especially when you are like interacting with different people, that's the key. You need to practice forgiveness, right. And again, you are just actually doing the same things. You are doing nothing extraordinary. You're just doing the same things during your lifetime, but you are having completely different thoughts. You just remember the truth. For example, you see your brother who probably hurt you, yeah, with their words or with their actions, behavior, whatever, yeah. But you overlook the body, right? And you remember that the first thing, it's just a projection that comes from my unconscious mind, yeah, my unconscious guilt in my unconscious mind, actually, yeah. So, and when you remember that, so you have no judgmental thoughts toward your brother, right. And when you practice this idea, is like so difficult, it's becoming so difficult to judge anyone, right. And when you remember that, yeah, I'm not forgiving my brother who did something wrong to me, I'm forgiving myself. It was me. And the process, how Leonard described it here, like the first thing, even psychologists are saying this way, like the first thing we may experience is that, especially when it comes to guilt, right? We can find ourselves to be in denial, right? No, it wasn't me. I did nothing wrong. Even the person who was caught to do something bad to other people, like stealing or even murdering, so all of them, they were saying one thing: it wasn't me. I did nothing wrong. I didn't mean that. Why? I am a good person. I am a good man. I did nothing wrong. All of them, they were saying the same thing. Even when everyone knew the truth, that what they did, the truth, on the physical level. What does it mean? They found themselves to be in denial, right? And when we are in denial, we refuse to accept this thought that I did something wrong. It's so terrible, That's why we created all this world, to have someone else, to have another person, so we can blame them, And because when I was in denial, and I realized, no, it wasn't me. I did nothing wrong. I didn't hurt you. I didn't do that. It's like, it looks like a gaslighting, from one point, but it doesn't matter how you name it, actually, denial, gaslighting, whatever. So you are in denial, right? You do not accept this, because if people were brave enough to admit that, not to confess. We're not talking about blame, I don't need your blame, I need you to admit, for example, if people were brave enough to admit their mistakes, and they were like saying, I'm so sorry, I was wrong, it was my bad. Believe me, many conflicts in this world would never happen to appear. You know why? Because even in my life, if for example, if I was able to just say sorry, I wouldn't have multiple conflicts in my life. Or the other way around, like if other people would just said, I'm sorry, it was my bad, I was wrong, or something like that, like many conflicts would be avoided, believe me. But people that have an ego, in their roots, so they cannot just say sorry, especially knowing that they did something wrong. You know why? Because they are in denial. They don't want to accept this, because it's so hurtful for the ego, It's so hurtful for the ego to realize and to admit, especially to other people, not even mentioning to yourself, that you did something wrong, because this question, when we ask, did I do something wrong, we never want to hear, yes you did, yes you did something wrong. That's why when people are communicating and we hear, for example, partners are saying to each other, right, you were wrong, you did wrong to me, or you wronged me, people don't like hearing these words. You know why? Because they take it as an attack. You are attacking me now, and I need to defend myself. No, I didn't. Who told you that I did something wrong to you? No, I didn't. Instead of saying that, you know what, I cannot be attacked, right? And that there is no need to defend myself, because I remember the truth, right? I remember the truth, and I have no need to attack. That's why, believe me, many conflicts would never appear, would never exist. That's about the idea. I'm not a body, I'm free, because you are still doing the same things in your everyday life, right? But you haven't completely But you are having, my battery is going down, by the way. Okay, anyway, I hope it's gonna be enough for my video. So, but you're having completely different chain of thoughts, right? You overlook the body, you practice Course in Miracles ideas that you are not a body, you are free. You are the Holy Spirit, actually. For I'm still as God created me. God created me as Holy Spirit, as His Son, right? Okay, so that was the about the idea, yeah. On my body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. Okay, all right. So the previous lesson I was reading said, lesson 217. It can be but my gratitude I earn. Actually, I made that video before my train trip, yeah, and I tried to make it like I knew I was going to be offline, yeah, like more than 2 days, so that's why I made it a little bit earlier. All right, so okay, it can be but my gratitude I earn, the idea for the day, right? And actually I mentioned that thing when I was trying to earn my mother's love, my mother's appreciation. I was having good school grades, I was cleaning all over the house, yeah, around the house. So like I was doing everything so my mother can love me. But I never earned it. I've been thinking that it was my, like, I was the reason something wrong was with me. I was thinking that way. But I was also trying to earn love of my partner, yeah, but it never worked, because the more I was trying to earn his love, the less I was getting it. That's why, like, it can be but my gratitude I earn. I need myself to bless me. I need myself to be grateful to myself, right? You know why? Because you already have God's blessing, right? You already have your source blessing, yeah? You need to bless yourself. How you can do that? You bless the world. You bless your brother, right? That's how you do that. Who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? And how but through salvation can I find the self to whom my thanks are due? Every time when you are thanking God or whoever, yeah, your brother, you are thanking yourself, right? That's how it works. Giving and receiving are one, right? If I give thanks to my brother, I receive thanks to myself, right? Okay, now it's time, yeah. my phone battery, I hope, yeah, it's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna read this real quick, yeah, this idea. The lesson 218. Again, we have one common idea, right? I'm not a body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. I feel like it takes longer than it was before. That's why I can make this conclusion that it's really important, yeah, to practice this idea. All right, so and the idea for the day is only my condemnation injures me. We used to think that we judge other people, right? But actually we judge ourselves. The way how I think about my brother, the same way I think about myself, right? If I think about my brother that he's a jerk, so you know the answer, right? But if I think about my brother that he's the Holy Son of God, he's the Holy Spirit, yeah, and we are one, no separation, because there is only one mind, yeah. Body appears to look separate, yeah, but mind is one, yeah. And if I think about my brother this way, so actually I think about myself this way, right? And when I condemn my brother, I actually condemn myself. Even psychologists, they say the same thing. Like, if you feel like you condemn one part of people, yeah, or you condemn wherever, maybe girls who are wearing really short skirts or something like that, they look over sexy, yeah, or something like that, and you condemn them, oh, how they blah 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 blah, how can they do that or anything like that. But actually you condemn yourself, right? Because and also psychologists, they say that you didn't let yourself to do the same because you wanted it to do, and now you are condemning them. That's how psychology explains this, right? And the Christian Miracle says that when you condemn your brother, you condemn yourself, right? Actually, like, you know why? Because you send the signal again to yourself, right? My condemnation keeps my vision dark. We remember that dark is from the ego, right? And through my sightless eyes, I cannot see the vision of my glory. Yet today I can behold this glory and be glad. I'm not abiding free, for I'm still as God created me. This lesson is for the yesterday. So, about condemnation. I also remember how Gerner was saying something like that in one of his interviews here. Like, people are wondering, like, why I feel this way. Yeah, like, mostly bad way, right? Physically. Like, and at the same time, they don't even realize how and what way they think about their brothers. Like, brothers, yeah? Of course, Miracles uses this term, like brothers, yeah? No gender thing, right? And people even get like surprised, like, oh, why I feel this way, yeah? Because if you remove all those garbage thoughts, yeah, so you finally start feeling better, yeah? Gary and I also mentioned, like, it should be even illegal how good you can feel when you are not having condemning thoughts or trashy or garbage thoughts, right? And we can give it a try, right? We can give it a try and to see what a way we are going to feel after that, right? Because I just realized that actually, not just realized, yeah, I know about that, but during this trip I got this even more. Like, condemnation takes a lot of energy, you know? You are like having these thoughts in your mind, like circling in your head, like, oh yeah, they did this, they did that. And you're like constantly having these thoughts about your brothers who hurt you, probably, oh, yeah, you judge them, you condemn them, and it takes a lot of energy, you know? You feel so like you are like a lemon, like no energy, right? You're drained. And but when you bless the world and you let all the condemning thoughts go, you're like, you feel energized. I feel full of energy. I feel like, yeah, you know what? I feel good actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's the reason for you to try. Maybe, yeah, maybe it can really work for you, right? Okay, so that's the idea for the yesterday's lesson. Today I'm going to post the other video. So have a great day practicing this idea, maybe watching this video if you are. Thank you, by the way, for doing this. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.